everybody living down the cove, these families, some for 6 generations, does the friendly wave as we pass by and does our best to get to know each other. But yeah, this effort really is what connected us.
I've been here 40 years, my whole life, and it's home. It's been home for 6 generations to families here, and I just, want to do whatever's possible to try to stop this.
There is a lot of wildlife. We're right up against Pisgah National Forest. In fact, that tract of land is this remaining corridor that connects Pisgah National Forest and I believe it's called Beaver Dam Preserve, and it's the last tract of land for wildlife to go through. So I got really motivated to hear more and to see if there was something that we in fact could do to preserve this area. We need to cover our legal costs. We've retained a lawyer, and he has a team of experts that are able to come out and do a number of very pertinent evaluations to speak as experts on our behalf in a way that we can't. Because again, as a special use permit and how this was kind of pushed through right under, the fact that it's condos instead of townhomes, the fact that it's 1 lot instead of 3, the fact that it misses the mark for the ridgeline protection by 50 feet, allowing them to do this and really push up against boundaries. We need to cover those legal costs, and we plan on doing it in a number of ways. There's our GoFundMe account. We are pursuing nonprofit status so that we can have alternate means of donation that make everyone feel comfortable, as well as putting on some fundraisers. Again, this is really bringing the community together. It's tapping into everybody's established connections and expertise. So we are excited. We're in talks with several business owners that are willing to probably host us for some different events. So we will soon be moving into planning. I encourage everybody to go sign our petition. It's at change.org. All of these different websites, it's easy to find us by just typing in Save Reeves Cove.
The ultimate goal for Save Reeves Cove is to stop the development. It poses major traffic safety issues. It poses major environmental issues, storm drainage. There's land appraisal issues. But our main focus, I feel like, is safety of the community.
Allow Biltmore Lake residents to know how this impacts them too. A lot of them don't come down Reeves Cove, right? And sure, their main entrance is impacted with the traffic, but the lake is such a beautiful lake, Inca Lake. And I know they want to preserve that in the wetlands. And without a doubt, every time we have floods, that erosion, that silt, and that runoff is impacting their area too. And they may just, without knowing, where is all this coming from? And it's going to be this huge development, clear cutting trees on a ridgeline. I would love them to head over to the website and sign up for the newsletter. They can email us directly at SaveReevesCove@gmail.com if they have questions, suggestions, resources to lend us, affirmations of, yes, I'm going to attend. So just connecting with us in any of those ways. And just to reiterate, I want to stop this one. I don't think the piece of land can sustain it. It's steep slopes. Again, it's ridgetop. So I think as a community at large, there needs to be a more concerted effort to come together and say, it doesn't really matter how it's zoned. It doesn't matter whether people have a representative body or not. I feel this community could come together and agree to, there's certain things we just will not do. And there's also the certain things we will do. We're going to do feasibility studies on the true impact to the environment, to people's land and safety nearby, to the wildlife for sure, and the things we want to protect. And that's my optimistic, sunshiny side, but I don't think it's impossible to bring people together and, again, plan more effectively for the type of future. This just seems like, let's get it done, throw them up, sell them all, and who cares about the 10 years down the road? It's pretty interesting because, again, there's been some changes to the plan over time that has allowed a lot of slipping under regulations.
The traffic study, if they had had 75 units proposed, they would have had to have a traffic study, but there's 74 units. It's all above board, but I mean, it is skimming what is laid out as far as rules and stuff for what they can do. I mean, it's really pushing the boundary.
Like I said, by reclassifying it from townhomes to condos, they get to put more, and they get to get closer to the border and of encroachment of other people's land and the protected zones. By dividing the lot into 3 units as opposed to 5, they get to push other things through. And again, it missing the mark in elevation by 50 feet for protection in the county versus the city, because the city is different than the county. I mean, there's a number of things. But yeah, they've done their studies and they've all squeaked on by. I want to say we're not opposed to development. We know this is happening in the greater Buncombe County community, Hendersonville community, right? I'm not opposed to it, but I want smart development and I want safe development. We all live here, whether it's like Amanda, who's born and raised here, or me moving here by choice. We love these mountains for a reason. And I think that smart planning that protects the people and the place is something we could all agree to, but this plan is not it.
Yeah, funds are absolutely necessary, and it gets really expensive really quickly. I hope that it does not go to full litigation for everybody's sake in this, but if it does, we're looking at a substantial amount of money that we need to raise. It's SaveReevesCove.com.